Hello students and welcome back to our channel. So today's topic for our video is the history of cells. Yeah, it's a very important topic when we talk about the branch of science that is biology. In this particular branch of science, we study about the living organism. So why it's so important to know about cell? Well, don't worry. When we'll be doing today's video, we will come back to the middle of it, the importance of cell. So today's topic will be on cell and the history behind it. So before we jump to what is cell, let's see here. What you can observe here is there is a car, and this car is made up of many different body parts. Yes, these are called as the car body parts. For example, bumper and headlights and glasses and mirror, the dashboard, etc. The same way, our body is also made up of this basic structural and functional unit. This basic structural and functional unit is called as cells. Let's jump into our human body. We saw the car body. Let's see the human body. So what we can see here, that there is a human body which have all the systems, and apart from that, the very important system is here the digestive system. So let's see which are the organs are present in the digestive system. So we have esophagus, stomach, liver. All these organs, they function together within the system. Let's take one of the organ, that is stomach. The stomach is made up of many different tissues. For example, smooth muscle tissue, loose connective tissue, and the nervous tissue. And these tissues are made up of nothing but cells. Yes. So every living organism is made up of cells. Yes, students. The way we saw in the matter that all the matter was composed of atom, the same way all the living organisms are also composed of the basic unit, and that is nothing but cells. So let's jump to the history behind it. So we have heard that the history started by Robert Hooke, but that is not the truth. The very first simple microscope was given by this gentleman, the Zacharias Janssen. He made the very first simple microscope. Then came the next scientist whose name was Robert Hooke. In the year 1665, he observed the cork cell, the bark. So we have the tree which have the trunk, there is a bark. So he removed the bark cells and he observed these cells inside the microscope with the help of lenses. And what did he observe? He observed a honeycomb shaped structure. These honeycomb shaped structure, they were hollow and they were completely different, but they were very much closer together. So he named them as cellula. What does that mean? That is the compartment which is empty. And from there, they coined the English term that was cells. Isn't that interesting? Then comes the next scientist, that was Antony von Leeuwenhoek. I know it's a very interesting name. He made one more a kind of microscope. Okay, on that he observed the very first bacteria, which was very ancient, that is called as the protozoa. He observed that bacteria inside the microscope which he had made. Then came the next scientist, who was Robert Brown. He observed that every cell has a nucleus in the center, and he observed that with the microscope which was given by Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Then what happened? Then as the cell discovery was going on, in the year 1838, there were two friends, Theodore Schwann and the Matthias Sheldon. They were working a lot on the cells. And after dinner, they were having their coffee and they were discussing about how the whole day has went and what they experienced. So the Theodore experienced that there was animal cell and the Sheldon experienced that there was plant cell. They both were studying on different types of cell. They observed the same thing. There were nucleus, there were small organelles. And then after their whole study, they put forward a theory which is called as the cell theory. So what does the cell theory states? The cell is the unit of structure. It says a particular structure, the physiology, how it looks, the morphology, and the organization in living thing. What we observe, the cell makes up the tissue. The group of cells, when they make up a tissue, this tissue they group together to make organ, and the organs are fitted together in the organ system, and that all these organ system, when it fits together, it builds up the organism. Perfect. Then the second postulate was the cell retains a dual existence at a distant entity and a building block in the construction of organism. That it also act as an entity, whereas it also allows to build up. It goes on dividing to construct a whole new organism. And the very third point was cells are formed by free cell formation. They are like, they just directly born. There is no pre-existence of the cell. They just appear the way the crystals are formed. They are just spontaneously existing. They are just spontaneously formed. Now, well, the first and second postulates were accepted. But the third postulate, which was given in the cell theory by the Schwann and the Sheldon, was a bit arguable. Then came the next scientist. His name was Rudolf Virchow. And then he actually rectified the last postulate, and he says it omnis cellulae e cellula. Repeat, omnis cellula e cellula, which means all cells only arise from the pre-existing cells. So here we come to an end for our today's topic on the history of cells. In the next topic, we will explore in depth about what is cells, the different types of cells, and so on. So, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Do hit the bell icon and the like button, and do subscribe to our channel so that you are notified when we put another video. So, till then, take care, stay safe, and be connected to us. Bye.